What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be reviewing a Switch that I never in a million years thought I'd be making a review video on. As you can probably already tell, this video is about the Kailh Box Navy switches. Now I know these aren't necessarily new, but they're new to me, so I thought I'd make a video just talking about my thoughts and experience with these after using them for about a week. That being said, there is a kind of funny story behind these bad boys. You see, Novelkeys was running a sale where you could buy packs of mystery switches at a deeply discounted price, so I went ahead and ordered two 90 packs of switches and ended up getting 90 Box Navies and 90 Novelkeys Blueberry switches. As someone who mainly prefers linear switches and some tactiles, Box Navies are a switch that I would probably never buy for myself, but I'm actually kind of glad that I had the chance to try these out. Before this, my only experience with clicky switches was Cherry MX Blues, and I really didn't like the way they sounded or felt. But these are made entirely differently, giving them a more premium feel and sound. These are some of the heaviest switches I've ever used, with a 60-gram operating force and a 95-gram tactile force. When I say these switches are heavy, I mean it. For the first couple days typing on these things, half the time I pressed a key while typing quickly, it didn't even register because I just didn't press down hard enough to get the switch to even actuate. If you're typing for extended periods of time, your fingers are definitely going to feel it too. Maybe if you stick with these things for a while, you'll develop some kind of insane finger muscles, but they were definitely too heavy for my weak fingers. The switch itself uses the box design on the stem, which reduces stem wobble, and it has a clear plastic top housing with a nylon bottom housing and 3 pins designed for mounting them on a plate as opposed to directly on the PCB. If you take the switch apart and look closely at the stem, you'll see a protrusion for the click mechanism and one for the switch actuation. The protrusion runs across the click bar, resulting in the clicky feel, and the other side allows that small green piece to move, which actually registers your key presses. In terms of the sound of these switches, the click is definitely more crisp and sharp than other clicky switches I've used before, thanks to the thick click bar on the inside of the switch. These switches are louder than any other clicky switch I've heard before, and definitely louder than the other Kailh Box clicky switches with thin click bars. The click is sharp, but you can still clearly make out each individual key press even if you're typing fast. I can talk about the sound of these things all day long, but it's best if you hear them for yourself. Just to give you a frame of reference, here's a couple sample presses with Box Navies compared to some other clicky switches like Cherry Blues and Cherry Greens. And there you go. Hopefully you can hear the thick click that makes these switches unique, and even if you're not a clicky switch user yourself, maybe you can start to understand why some people like them. Yes, these things are super loud and hard to press, but for someone who is only typing as opposed to using them for gaming, I'm sure they could get used to the spring weight over time. In the end, I'm kinda glad I got these switches in my mystery package from Novelkeys, because if it wasn't for that sale, I probably would have never bought them myself. After trying some higher end clicky switches like these ones, I can safely say that they're not as bad as I thought they were going to be. That being said, I still definitely prefer tactile or linear switches over these, but I can understand why these might appeal to some people and the thought process behind buying them. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for sticking around and drop a sub if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.